All right, is your homie rolling?
Yeah, wait, we're rolling? Okay, rolling.
What's up, Alec?
Oh, what's up? Dreamer
What's going
boy.
on, man?
Zach.
Yeah, so right now it's a beautiful day in Nashville, and tell everybody where you're at right now.
We're in Brooklyn, New York, on a roof. It's like really weird outside right now. It's like hazy. It's sublime. I can't really explain it.
Looks beautiful, man.
Yeah.
We it's a well, it's a pleasure to get to talk to you today. Honestly, first things first, I just wanted to kind of like bring up just the dynamic that like when we first got like introduced into each other's lives like very recently,
Yeah.
um kind of like something that I think like not a lot of people like think about, but I think is like something that I'm trying to figure out how to put my finger on because it's so amazing when it happens. But like when we first started talking and like the enthusiasm to connect, you know what I mean? And almost like
Yeah.
this like momentum that I felt like, I don't know, when me and you first started talking, I felt like we were both there, we were both present, we were both like actually like a part of each other's day like in that moment. And so I feel like
Yeah.
something that I've been like just thinking about, like that kind of was inspired by the way that me and you just started kind of like talking and connecting, was like just like that momentum and like that feeling that like when you do get introduced to like someone new, like how you can like just be super conscious of like being present in that like newfound like relationship. Because I feel like that's happened to me, and like it didn't like click to me to be conscious of that until me and you like just like started texting the other day, and we were just like
Do
going
you
back and forth like crazy.
well, do you feel like it's because we're so starved of like new friends, I guess? Or like, well, I don't know. I personally, I've been like super keeping to, my pod of like six, maybe less, like five people that I see. So
Hmm.
it's like, I don't know, when you strike a connection, it's more exciting to like make a new friend that you really get along with and connect to these days, I think.
No, seriously. Like, and to me, it's also too like it's just exciting when someone you feel like you're like sharing this like excitement to be like you know when we were going back and forth initially about uh like Bob Dylan and just like sharing like just random little artifacts, like it was almost just like stream of consciousness, like we were just kind of like throwing up like a bunch of just like characteristics about ourselves like back and forth at each other, and it was just kind of like sick because it's like especially this year, that's like very rare and very like few and far between. And so I think that was just like really cool for me to experience the other day with you and just like feel like a new like friendship. And that's why I wanted to like have this first conversation with you, because I felt like it really lined up with like um kind of this first release, and then also you were releasing a song on the same day, and
Yeah.
that was just like a really like serendipitous thing, like you said the other day.
Yeah. Just carry the momentum into it.
Yeah,
Feels
absolutely.
cool.
So okay, so just real quick, I just want to talk about Void Exit Blues. And like I don't know, I from that song I just get this like sense of like almost like modern dystopia, and you're just kind of feeling like overwhelmed by the kind of like almost like swirling nature of today's times,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I was really inspired by the video. And so there's like I guess there's two things off this. I was really inspired by the video, and then obviously the song is amazing. But do you feel like do you feel like uh you are like content living in this like time and era, or do you sometimes wish you were making art and living in another time?
I'm actually like I like wouldn't go anywhere. I wouldn't go to any other time except maybe the future. Um,
Yeah,
but no, I think like I don't think like wanting to be in another time period really. Well, I mean, if that's something that you would want to do, like I'm not saying I'm for me, I'm kind of like coming to the realization that's like not really real, like not valid. I'm trying to find the right word for it. It's just kind of I'm like I just really like the perspective that we have from 2020, and
absolutely.
like I just think it's interesting. Like one thing that I think about is like decades and how usually there's not such a big paradigm shift on the decade change. Like 20 like what happened in like 1990. Like I can't think of like anything iconic that happened in 1990. Can you? What happened in 1990? Like what? No, that's 1991. Oh, 1990 exactly. Yeah, that's like so basically what I'm saying is like I just feel like 2020 2020 vision. I don't know. I just feel like this is like the perfect time to be making art, and
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely like wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I think if you had to like romanticize or entertain the idea of another time, like what would that be?
I think it would be cool to like go back to like 1970 and just become like the first punk band, or like just invent punk in like 1971, or something weird like that. uh, or like it'd be cool to just go to like New York in like the late 60s and just hang out with everybody who was there, something like that
Oh yeah,
would be cool. Which is like what
absolutely.
why every kid who like ever goes to college in New York and who wants to be an artist, like that's why they go to New York. And obviously it's like caused a lot of problems for New York, I guess so. But like it's
That
those are like
romanticization of New York.
yeah, those are like the two like honestly though, like New York, this is the thing, like I guess it's just like New York in the past is the only place I would go. Like New York when like rave culture was popping off could be cool.
Oh yeah.
Just like to do that. Um I don't know.
Do you like
I
dance music?
I do like dance music. Um
I are you much of a dancer?
I'm like not a really good dancer, but I do like dancing. Um I like I spent a semester abroad in Berlin in 2016, and like all we did was
Oh my God, amazing.
go dancing. Like okay, so "Know You" is a dance song. Like, and
Oh
did you?
yes, it is a dance song.
It's 100% a dance song, but like, did you? Obviously, you didn't imagine it to be delivered to people in this context where like they can't like it can't really be like played out or anything
Yeah.
like that. What do you think? Like, how do you feel about the reception? Like what do you feel like? How does that feel? Does
No,
that feel
no,
good?
no, 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 no. I feel you. So the original idea for when No You was going to come out is that it was going to be like these like listening instructions along with Know You, and it was going to be like get together with your friends and like press play at the same time, and then like just run around and like listen to it at the same time, for the first time.
Yeah.
Um, and that was like the original idea for like that moment, like Know You, like literally like because it actually was inspired by this. So we were at the beach, like me and some friends, and when Tyler dropped Igor,
Oh yeah.
um, that night, me and all my friends like were just on the beach at night, and as soon as it came out, we like all put headphones on, went down to the beach, and then like press play at the same time and listened to the whole album like on the beach, like dancing and
That
like it
sounds
was like probably it's like probably one of the coolest experiences of my life, and like I wanted to like somehow get, like inspire like when the song "Know You" came out, like inspire people to have that same moment with the song. But you know, maybe hopefully like that silent disco type of vibe can happen eventually.
Yeah, that's a really cool inspiration for just now. Like I'm just getting, but you know,
Also, also if there's anybody watching that like feel like is like making music or art or is a graphic designer or produces music or whatever, like is your like thing that you are like passionate about, I think like finding other people who like don't necessarily do the same thing but like everybody like complements each other and just like inspires each other is like
yeah,
a
that's
like I don't know, I just get like messages from like people and like mainly like younger people like just kind of asking like how do you like what should I do to like get to like where you are, and it's like I'm like yo I don't even I'm like not even where I want to be, but it's like even
right.
just having like a support system of other people who are like-minded and like that sort of thing for me has been like the most empowering thing, and like almost like not being able to do it alone, and like at this point it's like I don't even want to do it alone, it's like kind of almost
Yeah,
a joy just to be able to like have these people in my life who like inspire me whether they like do something creative or not. It's just like it's really cool. Like um I don't know, I have like kind of a like a vague question, but it's like what are your like goals or dreams like beyond like Quiet Luke and like music, and like what would you say is like, because I kind of see it like this, like we all when we're born have like this like light at the like that we're kind of going after, and it's like our purpose in life. um and that would be the same whether we were like a dental hygienist or a musician, you know. um
yeah,
and it's like what is like that, like I guess like it could be like a simple answer or it could be like more of a like a bigger answer, but like what is like outside of music for you like in terms of your life?
I it's hard for me. I mean, I think like the simplest answer is just like love, you know, like that's like the only thing
Yeah.
that any of us are after.
Hmm.
And it's like, yeah, spreading that, spreading light and love. And I mean, on a larger scale, like this is something I wanted to talk to you about kind of, because it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like, um, I feel like our generation just finds ourselves in the dilemma of just like seeing what's wrong with the world, but not necessarily having the power to change it. So I think it gives people some options, right? Like some people just become nihilists. Some people become like saviors, and then like some people become like observers and commentary people,
Hmm. Hmm.
and like just trying to navigate between those things. Um, just kind of like I don't know how like we're gonna save the world, but
No, absolutely.
that's,
Like
that's like on the agenda, you know, somehow.
yeah. Well,
Um,
I think that like I've like just this past like 6 months or so have because I think there's been a lot of uh overwhelming dynamics at play in the world right now, you know? And so if you try and like every day confront that like giant kind of obviously like that giant wound on the world, you're just going to be overwhelmed and defeated every day, you know? And I think like one thing that I've like kind of tried to do is like by being present in like everything I do, it's like almost like keeping that light and love in all the little small things every day, so that like really that's all you can do. And like it's like
yeah,
there's obviously going to be like big ideas and like crazy powerful important people that will make like really big change, but it almost is like an everyday every second every breath like choice to kind of spread what I think our world needs. And then also too I think like
Right.
not to let yourself get like overwhelmed by the kind of like giant gaping wound of the world, you know.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere else.
There were like some music things that I wanted to ask you. Um,
Yes,
so
yes, yes,
like
yes.
um, David Bowie, influence, big influence.
Yes,
How, what did he
I
mean to
think
you?
so. David Bowie has been like more of a like recent, I'd say like almost like less of a like musical influence, but more of like a like inspires me to like truly reach for anything that I want to like try and pull off artistically. It's like
Yeah,
it's more so like he makes me believe in myself more, you know? And so like obviously obviously his music is amazing, and like even some of his like videos for like some stuff like off of like Ziggy Stardust, and like he's like just wearing like the most like his wardrobe is like so inspiring to me, like his like just
visually.
like he's just like prolific in terms of like his like I think like different eras of like making music. And so I don't know,
Yeah,
like obviously like David Bowie's inspired so many like artists, but like for me it's more of a when I'm like trying to think of like ideas for um like visually, or just like for my own like dreamer boy character, you know, which
yeah,
it is me, but it like allows me to like stretch beyond like just Zach, you know. Like
yeah.
I think he's like a big just motivator to do that. Like he's just like right there on my shoulder to be like, yo, just go crazy with like accentuate the parts of yourself in an authentic way, but like let things like shine even more brightly. So like if that's like my feminine side, or like that's like wearing whatever I want to wear, or if that's like um you know, dancing with like no fear, like all of these things, like performance, everything, like he just feels like a very positive like affirmer of that like freedom, you know.
Yeah.
What about you? I feel like you definitely
It's
have.
it's similar. It's similar for me. I know what you mean. Is like he's kind of like almost like I don't know what the right word is. Like not like a saint and not like a patron saint, but like he kind of just like he was very free in a time where like it was hard for artists to be super free.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know. I think musically also he does influence me. Um, I've been like not currently, but like during quarantine, like his Berlin era was pretty big for me. Like I was listening to Low a lot, um,
Yeah,
and like I just think like Hunky Dory is like a really underrated album. Also, like
absolutely.
I actually like it better than I like understand why Ziggy Stardust is like the one that made him Ziggy Stardust, but like
Yeah, yeah,
Hunky Dory is where it's at for me.
yeah. He
Um,
also like he had ventured into so many different lanes, and like I think he allowed himself to like be influenced by other people in like the purest way, you know, which I think I like would want to do, you know. I wouldn't want to just like
yeah,
ignore ignore other peers or like people who are making music at the same time as me. Like I like
yeah,
I love being inspired by like someone like you, or like the Laundry Day Boys, or like, you
yeah,
know, like being inspired by like Phoebe Bridgers, like these people who are like modern, but like obviously feeling like very secure and grounded in like who I am and who Dreamer Boy is, you know?
right. That's cool.
Yeah, definitely. It's like okay, how into George Harrison are you?
Um, I mean, so I've like kind of had a phase with like every different Beatle. Like I think probably John was my first favorite Beatle,
Hmm.
and then I had like a weird, not like weird, like no disrespect to Paul. Like Paul's still alive, which is crazy, and I would love to meet him. But
I
I had
know.
like Paul phase too, But I didn't like know about All Things Must Pass, like George Harrison's like
That's
solo album.
that's
And
like
then
my
like
favorite album all time.
yeah, it's like once I was shown that, like I really do feel like he just was kind of like the little brother with like so much talent that they were like almost afraid of. And so they like gave
He
him
was
like
very suppressed
song.
in the Beatles.
He
Yeah,
was very impressed, but like everything he added to every album was like the best song, if not like one of the best
for
songs on that
real,
album, which is
for real.
crazy. Um, Also, just think like his like he was genuine in his like peace and love thing. He was more
Absolutely.
genuine in it than I think John was, even though John like was also on it. Um,
I think my love for George has like I'm glad you like said the like peace and love and like mindset aspect of things because like my love for George like obviously like started with the music, but then once you like watch like interviews and like even just like listen to the lyrics in his music, like he really and like hear about his like travels to like India and like
yeah,
all these like amazing sort of like spiritual conquests that he like had in his life. I feel like I feel just like so connected to the way he lived his life, and then obviously like his music is so fire too. So um,
yeah,
George is definitely my favorite Beatle.
yeah. I think he's
Yo,
my
dude, look,
favorite.
I'm in a E now right now.
Yeah,
Um, just kind of going back to like something I've been trying to live by every day is like just kind of a page by page, day by day, like breath by breath kind of like mindset, you know?
yeah,
And like I don't know, I we didn't really get to we didn't really talk too much about like spirituality or like faith or like anything that's like in that realm, but like I do think that like everything is like happening exactly when it's supposed to and like for a purpose, you know? And like
yeah,
um I think recently I've just been like trying to accept that more and more and like let it be like this like peace that like I can carry with me, you know? And like
yeah,
um it like help I don't know, I'm trying not to get like as overwhelmed as I like used to. Like I feel like especially like right now and like with everything you want to do as an artist, like sometimes you can
hmm
get overwhelmed, but you're that only comes from a place when you're like thinking too far ahead and like sometimes I'll just like drink too much coffee one morning and like get too far ahead of myself. um
yeah.
but yeah, like I don't know, have you experienced any of that like excitement or like anxiousness from just like being excited about like life or like ideas or like that sort of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so wait, sorry. So we were talking. I just kind of like we were talking about spirituality.
Yeah,
Have I ever been? What's the question exactly?
i
Like,
guess like I guess like do you ever like what's your way of coping with I guess the like emotional excitement of like making art and like
oh
I
yeah,
guess like do you find yourself like because I don't know, just for me personally, like I find myself like some days feeling like I'm getting so far ahead of myself instead of like just being here and now, you know? And I guess like how do you I guess like do you relate to that, and then I guess how do you like
yeah. I
cope
used to
with
be.
that?
I used to be like a really big planner. Like a
Hmm.
really big like. This is what I'm doing this year, and like this is what I'm gonna do next year, and like this is what this album is gonna sound like, and like this is what the next album is gonna sound like, and this is what the album
Yeah.
after that's gonna sound. You know,
Three
and like
albums ahead.
yeah, and I think this year has just taught me like to just let go of expectations and control. So I think
Hmm.
like that's what I do. Like every time I find myself like getting anxious, um, planning too far ahead for things that like I don't know if they're even gonna happen, um, getting anxious about things that I don't even know are gonna happen, and like comparing myself or like
Oh
any of
yeah.
like falls that like we can fall into as like people and artists. I just have let go of control this year. Not in like a toxic way
100%.
either. Like I'm just kind of like I'm just open and I'm here and like I just can't expect anything, you know?
Dude, absolutely. I think expectations can sometimes be like, if you go into something, like anything in life, and you just are present in it instead of like projecting your own expectations onto something,
Totally.
you're always gonna be like pleasantly surprised by life, you know? So it's like I've tried to like just like do that because I think I ever since I was a kid, and this is kind of where like the dreamer boy name comes from, is like I've
That's
always
because that's
like
what I was kind of wanted to know. Yeah.
yeah, like I've always kind of been like imaginative and like almost kind of like idealistic to a fault, you know? So I think
Hmm.
I've tried to like not necessarily lose that part of myself, but more so like take that enthusiasm and like I guess like optimism and like put it into the
Hmm.
present moment instead of projecting it into the future, if you know what I'm saying. So
Hmm.
it's like been a healthier way for me to like go through life, not like projecting this like, oh, this is gonna like like I don't know, like I would always like I guess imagine the way things would go before they happen, like in the most like ideal scenario, and then like be let down
Right.
if they didn't go according to plan. So I don't know, just trying to like kind of be more present has been the like best thing for that.
That's yeah. That's it's weird because it's like a cliche and it's like what everyone tells you to do.
Yeah, yeah,
First thing like any therapist or mentor or like parent will tell you to do when you're like freaking out, but like there like really is nothing else.
absolutely. Well, I mean, I feel really I think like fulfilled and like I don't know, just grateful right now in this moment to be able to like have this conversation with you, and like it's been a beautiful afternoon and evening just like sharing and stuff. So I mean, um you know, if we want to just wrap it up here, and if you have anything else you'd want to say to the
Let me
like the audience of people who happen to find this.
let me see. Uh, I don't really. Um, guess just like be kind. It's the
Yeah,
only.
be kind to yourself too.
Yeah, that's like something I'm learning this year. We're trying to learn.
Absolutely.